Hello guys, how are you? After Tier 3 ranked battles 1 versus 1, I thought it's time for some training for the next level, Tier 4, which is probably going to arrive next Thursday. Let me know how you liked the first season of ranked 1 versus 1. Personally, I really appreciated that. Very fast-paced games in destroyers. Only thing I regretted a little bit, it was announced that the opponent classes would be random. But in my 21 games, I faced 17 DDs and only 4 cruisers and no battleship at all. So I hope that Wargaming will fix this and really make it random, because the challenge would be much higher than if you could prepare just for the opponent same class, because then it's really easy to figure what is the most dangerous enemy class ship and you just take the opposite ship of that. But if you don't know which class you're up again, you have to have a much broader and wider range setting. So let's talk about Tier 4. In Tier 4, absolutely my favorite is Jaguar, and I really think the Jaguar is totally OP for Tier 4 if you run him with the French speed concealment like I do here. My speed concealment is 4.2 kilometers. So why is the Jaguar totally OP? As you can see here, the 170 doesn't stand a chance, despite the fact there are 2 battleships nearby and the secondary is shooting at me and so on and so on. But with 18,200 hit points, it has more about 4,000 or 5,000 hit points more than the American destroyers, the Farragut, and any other destroyer. So the Kamikaze has barely 10,000 hit points, so it's almost twice as much as the Kamikaze. When it comes to torpedoes, which you need against other ships like cruisers, battleships and even destroyers, the Jaguar does have the strongest torpedoes with 18,400 damage with 1 torpedo only. So as you can see here, the poor Nevada is done with just 3 torpedoes, and I still have my second set ready to kill him. So imagine you run up against a battleship, you just suicide rush them and they're gone. They don't stand a chance. Cruisers, you will see what happens to the carrier I will approach now. You can citadel with these 139mm AP. It's very strong, and with 5 guns aligned and you're within 4 kilometers, you can citadel any cruiser to death, plus you have your torpedoes, so you don't have to be afraid. And again, with 18,200 hit points, cruisers will have a hard time to think you with their guns, because this is the fastest ship in Tier 4 as well. It can go 46, 47 knots without the speed perk, which I'm using here. You will see as soon as I enter, I think 6 kilometers of the carrier, I will get a speed bonus of 10%. So excellent for rushing enemy ships. So when it comes to 1 versus 1, you want to suicide rush the enemy ship, because most probably you have the better weapons, the better torpedo, the better HP and the better concealment. Even though in the new 1 versus 1 mode, concealment isn't everything, it's still very important to outspot the enemy, and I'm talking about other DDs now. So most of the Tier 4 DDs, they have 4.6, 4.8 kilometer concealment. Even the Kamikaze, which has the best concealment, is 4.5. So you will be able to outspot any incoming Kamikaze by 300 meters, which means you have your guns aligned and your torpedo side ready just before the Kamikaze realizes you're around, and then you will rush him as quickly as possible. Next thing is, with your 18,400 HP torpedoes, you can sink any destroyer with just 1 torpedo, any of this game. So as you can see, even another Jaguar will be sunk, because Jaguar does have 18,200 and you have 18,400 in each torpedo. And there's no torpedo protection as far as I know. So to summarize, the Jaguar does have the most HP, the strongest torpedoes, a very strong battery with HP, and a very strong battery with HE. So you will, even in this game, see how quickly I can shoot down a Minakaze trying to chase me, and whenever you need to use the guns, they will do their job. The ship is medium agile, but since it's the fastest and the torpedoes reload fairly quickly, it's a very good overall ship and usable in any situation. So whenever you have to prepare for any class coming against you, in my opinion, this is the best DD you can take and focus on. So back to this game, what we're doing now is, you saw the destroyer chasing us, so I'm slowing down, I'm turning around, I'm aligning my guns to the expected position, and then the plan is just to gun him down, because he was already a little bit lower than half of his health, which means very few salvos should do the trick, and he shouldn't be able to launch the torps. He will launch, but I'm ready to move forward, my speed boost is ready to kick in, and yeah, we're just setting up the trap here. So let's talk about situational awareness. We have the cluster of enemy ships on the other side. We lead in caps, so we have no hurry to move on. We need to play this safe because the team is dying like flies, and obviously the whole carry is on us. So since you can see the battleships are rushing into the B cap, I'm going there as well, and I'm trying to put down some torps and see what happens. A bit unfortunate, these two battleships ram each other, otherwise my torps probably would have hit and I had scored another hit. But it doesn't matter, the battleship is down. So you saw another battleship chasing the two in the cap. So I'm turning around now and prepare to suicide rush this ship. Whenever you plan to do a suicide rush, the biggest threat of any opposing ship is the HE whenever you come around, especially from battleships, because it's quite hard hitting. So you should be as fast as possible, because the turret traverse of most battleships is very slow. So they have a very short amount of time to aim and shoot at you, and usually it's just a fraction of a second before their guns lose the track. So I'm approaching the coastline and watch the cap. So he's already in the cap, and I'm trying to stay as much left as possible, quickly considering to drop some torps, but disregarded that because I want to keep both sets for my ambush now. And as you can see, he's very close. He's slowing down. He will spot me in a second, and then he has like 10 seconds to think over what he's going to do. And even though I'm going to show broadside, he's not doing very much damage. You see, I've only 8,600 left, but this is a big advantage of the Jaguar. Its HP pool is so large, you simply don't care if you get hit, and you just do your job. So when it comes to 1 versus 1 ranked, you don't have to be afraid of any battleship, and you don't have to be afraid of any destroyer. You might catch an unlucky torpedo from some destroyer, but usually you're probably gonna win 9 out of 10 of the games with a Jaguar against any other destroyer. Against cruiser, use your speed concealment between 4.2 and 4.4, depending if you're using sims or not, and get within 4 kilometers of any cruiser. Try to catch them broadside, and then you just fire 5 bullets each round AP, and you can citadel any cruiser to death, so don't worry about this. So I hope I gave you some more tips for the next ranked season tier 4. This is my pick, and let's see after the season how well my suggestion performed, and I will again post my video after season. If you have missed it, I posted my recent recommendation video of the French tier 3 destroyer yesterday, so you might want to check it out as well. Nevertheless, I wish you all the best for the next ranked season, and if we match each other, good luck to you. May the best man win. Have a good time and enjoy. Bye bye.